offer here is quality and comes with great warranties. If it's a residential home, there's no home too big for us to work on.
Pick Your Cards is located on Route 46 in Ledgewood. Our huge inventory can be shopped online at pickyourcards.com, where you can use the code Big State Sports for an extra discount.
We specialize in roofing and siding. That includes gutters, windows, doors, stone siding, decks, and painting. We also utilize new age technology like drones and 3D modeling. The drones keep our guys safe on the ground with an aerial perspective, and the 3D modeling gives us exact measurements for precise job scope. Give us a call today. We'll be happy to provide you with a complimentary drone inspection. We look forward to keeping your home and your family safe.
So cold, my fish froze.
Mine's so hot, my sneakers melted.
Rooms with different temperatures? That means your HVAC system is outdated and wasting energy. At ICS, we'll install an energy-efficient system that provides a constant flow of clean, fresh air at the perfect temperature in every room. You could save money each month, and the price we quote is the price you'll pay. Get a quote today. See why we say ICS for HVAC.
I see why.
Thinking about making a move? Call Michael Rossi from Keller Williams, your residential real estate enthusiast. Whether you're looking to sell or buy, Mike's your guy. Likely one of the most expensive and stressful transactions a person makes is real estate. So why not have fun doing it? Call Michael Rossi today, where he is bringing the process from frustrating to fun.
Blue Nail was superior in almost every aspect. We've worked with contractors for almost everything in the firehouse, and Blue Nail really made us feel comfortable all the way through, from the contract to pre-planning to scheduling, getting the job done. We are thrilled that they were able to do the job for us.
At Planet Networks, our high-speed fiber is designed to be fast. Up to 300 times faster than cable, and up to 500 times faster than DSL. As fast as 10,000 megabits per second up and down, if you speak nerd. We're talking cheetah, bullet train, lightning strike, hummingbird, race car kind of fast. Planet Networks. So fast, it's worth the wait.
We offer installation of siding, vinyl, and composite. We also do replacement windows, doors, roofs, decks, attic insulation, and e-shield.
For years, it had been the same routine, working all night. Ah, those beautiful faces. I wanted more, for me, for them, for our futures. There was this day that something changed, a simple moment of dress-up. It opened my eyes.
Take charge of your future and go big at CCM.
Not really big into committing to things. I usually stop binging the show halfway through the first episode. I mean, remember when my hair was blonde for like 2 seconds? But when Verizon announced that I could lock in a low price for 3 years for both phone and internet, even if I'm already a customer, I was like, duh. I think 3 years in the future, Pete will be very proud of my decision. Look at me grow. Come on! Can you hear me now? I sure hope so.
David A. Santini, CPA, LLC, providing financial peace of mind. Let us take the stress out of taxes for you too. Peace, love, and taxes.
We are a family-owned business that provides customized apparel, uniforms, fanwear, banners, marketing material, and accessories for sports teams, businesses, and events. TeamOrders.net provides high-quality products, fastest turnaround times, great prices, and unmatched service to our customers large and small.
I don't really like committing to things. I'm scared. But when Verizon announced that I could lock in a low price for 3 years, I mean, yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Can you hear me now?
This game is brought to you by Aaron Mizzarelli of State Farm in Randolph. My licensed and experienced team members are here to serve you for all of your insurance and financial service needs in New Jersey and New York. We offer excellent customer service, and our office is conveniently located in Randolph, New Jersey. For a free auto, home, life, or business quote, visit us at aaronmizzarelli.com or call us at 973-389-9999.
Oh, why didn't I just call Blue Nail Exteriors?
Athletic Fields of America in Montville, New Jersey has become an industry leader in synthetic turf. Serving the greater New York, New Jersey, and eastern PA regions, we have delivered hundreds of both synthetic turf and natural grass sports fields for youth and recreational levels, all the way up to the highest standards and requirements of the NCAA. Our goal with every project is to provide our customers with exceptional workmanship, extraordinary service, and professional integrity, while constructing a superior product that you can enjoy for years to come. Visit www.afoa.us.
If you live in Andover, Blairstown, Byram, Frankfurt, Franklin, Frieden, Frelinghuysen, Greene, Hampton, Hardwick, Hope, Knowlton, Lafayette, Newton, Sparta, Stillwater, Sussex, and Wantage. Planet Networks is building high-speed fiber in your neighborhood. Visit getplanetfiber.com today to learn more.
Third down to give. Montella cuts back up the middle, and he's over 1,000 yards, and he's off to the races.
Up in the air, blocked down! Dumping in a wide open net. Too easy right there. Ollie Chapman, she'll take off from the wing. That one's good.
Webb trying to get the pin.
Here we go.
And they got it! That would win it for Warren Hill.
Great senior night ceremony here at Lenby Valley High School. A 63 save performance by Casey Connor, the Crimson.
And he break his record. Kenty Edwards wins it.
First game of your conference schedule.
So good, and we're all so pumped and just happy to live.
Line up ahead tonight on more Sussex Sports.
Welcome in to the second game of our doubleheader USL2 action between Morris Elite and the Long Island Rough Riders. It was a rough first match for Morris Elite, a 2-1 loss against Long Island. It'll be interesting to see how this one goes. Morris Elite looking for the victory and having a similar lineup to what they had last weekend on Saturday's match. Robbie Basil, my color commentator and PA announcer for this one, will have the lineup soon as you see the referees leading out the players. I'll leave it to Robbie to give you your lineups, and we'll be back right here after the national anthem. So get ready for game 2 of this Morris Elite doubleheader.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's meet today's players. First, the starting lineup for the visiting Long Island Rough Riders. In goal, number 1, Ethan Wood. Defender number 3, Nakai Anton. Defender number 5, Gabrielle Pacheco. Defender number 21, Chinole Episi. Midfielder number 17, Jacob Freeman. Midfielder number 6, Tyler Moore. Midfielder number 20, Kyle Smith. Midfielder number 18, Justin McLean. Midfielder number 11, London Wheeler. Forward number 9, Jacob Stainrod. And the other forward number 24, Robert Lovelace. And now let's meet the starting lineup for Morris Elite SC. In goal from Seton Hall, Ladies and gentlemen, may you please rise with your caps to the playing of the national anthem.
Welcome back inside the broadcast booth for the second game of this doubleheader between Morris Elite and Long Island. The first match didn't go Morris Elite's way for the USLW side, a 2-1 loss against Long Island. And looking into the past for this men's team, on the 1st of June, these teams played each other. Long Island with a 2-0 victory over Morris Elite. We'll see how tonight fares at Frederick Douglass Field on the campus of Rutgers, Newark. Josh Shulman joined alongside Robbie Basil. And Robbie, let's get into the tactical sides for both of these teams. Break it down.
Yeah, first of all, for Morris Elite, it's a 4-2-3-1, a more traditional tactic in the current and modern game. Of course, with those two holding midfielders, Luengo and Canales. I've loved the way both of them played last Saturday when we were on the call for them just a week ago. Campoli and Tolkien at center back. Both of them very, very good in the win over Staten Island. They made a couple of changes, but really the main thing for me to watch out for is that front four. With Junie Lee at center forward, if he's able to push up the pitch more, help drive that counter press that we saw a little bit against Staten Island, they will have a field day. But that's something that they were not very successful at against Long Island the first time, because it ended up with, of course, Long Island winning at Mitchell Field, taking this first matchup by a score of 2-0.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting how these two teams fare against each other this evening. We'll be looking forward to it. It's been a nice day of soccer here at the campus of Rutgers Newark, again at Frederick Douglass Field. Last weekend, we saw a Morris Elite victory for the men's side that was very successful against Staten Island, a 2-1 win, and Junie Lee, the standout player in that game, he's going to be kicking it off for Morris Elite. Talk a little bit about how he played in that match last week.
Junie Lee, very impactful player. Started his career at Mount St. Mary's, playing in that number 9 position, that center forward, and he's a player who can track back. It's actually a very similar player to Amina Barua, who we saw in the women's game. Very versatile, can drop back and out of possession, but is also not a bad passer. Great striker of the ball. Ball at his feet, he could strike it from anywhere and it could end up in the back of the net. And we saw that in the previous matchup when the last matchup we did, which was a big goal at the end of the first half, which Junie Lee scored to make it 1-0.
And if you look at the Metropolitan Division and how it shapes out right now as Junie Lee starts things off and the men's team is off and rolling in this USL2 match between Morris Elite and Long Island. Long Island tied in terms of points with SC Motown for first place in the Metro Division, both with 13. Morris Elite in fourth with 7, but looking to move up to third with a win today, or at least tie Hudson Valley, who have 10 points. So a second round, or a second place versus fourth place matchup, which Robbie also noted to me earlier before the broadcast. 2 second place versus fourth place matchups in both games, both between Morris Elite and Long Island. So look how similar yet different the USLW and USL2 is shaping out to be this season so far.
Got to bring this up as well. Big game for Long Island. They have one game less played compared to FC Motown. This is the 7th match already for this Long Island group. For the Morris Elite men's team, they'll have a couple of matches in hand as well. So a result from either of these teams could really change both of these teams' seasons, because a Morris Elite upset win here on their home turf could change a lot in a Metro division that initially thought Morris Elite probably a mid-table club, but right now they're in a position to possibly go out and maybe scare a couple people. Here's a low cross into the box.
Yeah, Long Island, if you look at their last match, a 1-0 win on Wednesday against New Jersey NJ Copa FC. And then you look back at that match they played against Motown actually last weekend. It was a 3-1 victory for SC Motown. So number 1 and number 2 tied in points, have played each other this season for anyone wondering. And it ended up in a dominating FC Motown win.
Yeah, it was a good win there from Motown. Motown, a club that has seen a lot of success in recent years, just like the Long Island Rough Riders. Just want to bring up one quick point on Long Island, because we didn't get to go over their tactic at all. It's a 3-5-2 that can merge itself into a 5-in-the-back formation. Fullbacks that love to sprint up and down from end to end. They play with a lot of speed, but they really love to control the midfield. That's one thing that I need to see from both of these teams. Who's going to be the one that controls the center of the pitch? Because if it is Morris Elite, which we saw last week, then they can really come out and control the flow of the game. But if it's Long Island, as they're going to win a foul, Junie Lee's going to get called that time, then this could change a lot with how the way we look at this game, because if Long Island dominates the midfield, this game could be 3-4, 5-0 in a matter of seconds. But if Morris Elite can continue to be resilient like how we saw them against Staten Island, then they could be in a very good position here today.
Yeah, Jake Rubis starting off, a little counterattacking opportunity squandered by Junie Lee. Again, Junie Lee, the standout performer in last weekend's game, as that one is kept in but then slid out of play. Ethan Ortiz and the ordeal between him and a Long Island player, that one goes out of play. That was number 18, Justin McLean, slide tackling that one out of bounds, and it's going to be thrown in by Ortiz into Junie Lee, into the opposing legs, and McLean sends it out once again. He's controlling it. Also looks to have the captain's armband on for the Rough Riders. Already getting into a physical altercation a little bit with the Morris Elite player.
And the first time these two met, very physical game. Both of these teams play a very physical game, and that's something we're going to see throughout. We saw how many fouls were called in that previous matchup with Morris Elite when they played a great win on Saturday. They had over 30 fouls called in that match. And if for those who did not get to catch last week's game, 3 red cards, but none on Morris Elite. They had 3 against Staten Island. So a very interesting development there. And
it's going to be a goal kick for Long Island. Sending it through and playing into the box. All the Rough Riders.
We're going to have this is going to be a referee. Great job by him there. The ball was cleared off of the face of a Long Island player and correctly done, immediately blowing his whistle. Our center referee today, Andrew Eiffel, immediately blowing the whistle, and this does not look great. Ball's cleared straight off of the head of that Long Island player. So just to bring up a point about both of these teams, immediately we're seeing a lot of end-to-end action as we're just still waiting to see the status of the player that went down, and he'll come off the pitch, and we'll wait to see if he will return. So it will be a throw in the corner, but a lot of
card. Looks like he might be drawing up a yellow card.
Or sometimes as well with referees, and I gotta mention this as well, is immediately off a serious head injury, they could write a card down and write something in the notes for a serious head injury. So that is also an instance where you could write that down, and the player was waved immediately back on. It was Friedman who was who had that who was on the wrong side of that play.
Yeah, Robbie, you might be right, as it seems like Long Island Long Island's player is going to stay on for them, and it's going to be a goal kick for Morris Elite.
So what you're immediately seeing so far is those wingbacks that I mentioned are really pushing up. Players like Friedman and his opposite fullback partner, Wheeler, are really pushing forward, trying to trap Morris Elite in their half of the field. It's a good clearance there by Tolkien, but early Morris Elite kind of struggling a little bit, but as they grow into the game, we saw this a little bit with Staten Island, you have a feeling they'll continue to start to break that high pressure more and more.
That one sent into the box, but just a little too long for anyone to be on the receiving end in a dark blue jersey. Again, dark blue versus light blue in this matchup. Morris Elite in that light blue, and dark blue are the Rough Riders. This is going to be a throw-in for the Rough Riders here.
Excellent work there by Junie Lee to keep that ball in play, but immediately Long Island winning it back.
Yeah, Nakai Anthony with the throw in there, and then Junie Lee with the interruption on the the near sideline for us, as Junie Lee is in pursuit of Antony right now. That one sent down the other way, tipped off by Ethan Ortiz, but it's a shot on goal and towards the left side, deflected out of play by Molina and cleared out. A close call, but it sees the hands of Matthias Molina.
Now let's take a look at the last play. Excellent ball sent up down the left-hand side. And then it was just a nice shot, but a great save there by Molina. Deflecting it, pushing it to his right, making it simple. As here comes Long Island again.
Here they come on the attack. This one cleared out, and Junie Lee trying his best, taking on 2 guys at once. No call by the referee, but that one's a call. As number 18 was shoved to the ground, that was Justin McLean sent down, and early on, the Rough Riders dominating on the attacking third.
But one thing you saw there from that referee with that signal and that initial collision with Junie Lee, he says that the defender won the ball, and then a little bit of just a careless challenge there, but it's a set piece opportunity that will be taken by McLean.
Yeah, McLean Puts his hand in the air, sends that one into the box, controlled down, and almost shot on by Jack Stainrod, the striker in today's match for Long Island, as this one fought off in the far corner. Flag goes Morris Elite's way. So early on already, a physical match between these two sides that have seen each other before. Again, in the beginning of the month on June 1st, a Long Island game at home for them, a 2-0 victory for the Rough Riders. And in the 10th minute right now, I would say, Robbie, it's been all Long Island.
It's been a lot of Long Island so far, and they've done well out of possession and in possession. That's something that Morris Elite did not allow a lot of on Saturday last week. But right now, this is an opportunity. In the next couple of minutes, both teams are going to continue to feel out how this game is going to be played, but immediately Long Island winning the ball back, and they're just able to move forward so easily. As we're going to get a foul against Long Island, and the referee is going to give an immediate talking to. We saw a lot of fouls like that, a little bit of a late charging move by an attacking player into a defender, and again called last week. That almost resulted in a red card, that possibly could resulted in the first red card last Saturday on Staten Island.
Yeah, we've already seen the center referee, Andrew Idle, have to make a lot of calls early. Again, only in the 10th minute, but he's been busy so far. Here's Long Island going to have another chance to start things up once again in their back third. All the way back to goalkeeper Ethan Wood. Wood, just graduated from the University of Michigan a couple years ago now. Campoli plays that one out and kept in play. A very nice job. By Nakai Anthony.
And another foul called, another whistle against Morris Elite. One thing what I'm going to want to see from them is they're going to be inviting pressure. That's something we're going to see from throughout this game with their short passing, more direct style of play. The one thing I want to see is when more pressure, even more pressure, more waves of pressure come from Long Island, how do they adjust to it? So far, the adjustment hasn't been great, but there's still a lot of time left in this match for Mike Gravinace's crew to make an adjustment.
Kyle Smith sends it to the opposite end, and on the receiving end of that was Jacob Friedman. Has an opportunity at net, doesn't connect. And Morris Elite now just trying to play defense and get it out of the opposing area. They can successfully do that right now, starting from Brian Canales, sending one down the field to just too far for Junie Lee. So right now, Robbie, what we're seeing is Long Island attack, and Morris Elite try to strike on a counter, but they're just moving too quickly, and it ends up in a very quick turnover. And it's kind of just been that effect, a hamster wheel in some sorts of just that continuing on throughout the first few minutes of this match.
Yeah, that's a great way to put it. I mean, you see chances being created by the visitors in Long Island, and they've done great, but they just haven't been able to get that extra play, the extra pass, or that shot on target so far. On the flip side for Morris Elite, it's been a lot of long balls over the top, but their more short passing style is really what's been fitting them.
Freeman with a cross into the box, off the head of number 9, Stainrod. That one goes out of play.
And Jack Stainrod being almost unmarked at the top of the 6-yard box. Got a good header, good power on that header, but was not very accurate that time. But so this is a moment where I'm talking about. This is where you need to see Morris Elite try and find a way to get out of it. We're actually seeing a little bit of an adjustment now where one of the midfielders is dropping, kind of playing like another center back. So what they're really trying to create is more of a 4-4-2, but with more creativity from the outside players, which usually when you're playing a 4-4-2, especially in the modern game, you don't control the midfield very well.
Matthias Molina sends that one out to a Morris Elite player. I think it was Antonio Pagano, but just ends up once again going Long Island's way, and they really like playing on our near side into the box. That one sent in, but to no avail. No player on the end of that one on either side until it ends up in the feet of Matthew Yee, and he tries to start play offensively, but once again it stalls and a turnover for Morris Elite.
It's been that next pass in trying to get into the next phase of play that has really caused a lot of problems for Morris Elite early. They get the turnover here, but again, that high pressure prevents Morris Elite from trying to get into the next phase and get a little bit more flow through their play, if that makes sense. And what I mean by that is, well, they haven't done a lot in midfield. They haven't really done a lot in the attacking third either. It's been, through the first 15 minutes, it's been a lot in their defensive third.
Well, honestly, Robbie, I feel like it's what we saw from Morris Elite against Staten Island with that high press last weekend on Saturday, and now kind of Long Island is throwing that right back at them. This is exactly what happened where Morris Elite had a lot of chances on last Saturday's match, and so far Long Island taking advantage of them, but still without a goal to their name. So we'll see how things unfold as we're just about 15 minutes fully through this first half between Long Island and Morris Elite. The second game of our doubleheader saw a USLW match earlier today, a 2-1 victory for Long Island over Morris Elite. And now this USL League 2 match between the same two squads. Josh Solomon alongside Robbie Basil with you as Morris Elite continues to struggle on the counterattack. So here comes Freeman. We've seen him cross it time and time again. He might try to take it himself, taken down. No call from the referee. That was Ortiz.
Yeah, excellent defending
the
there.
The defender from Marist.
Excellent defending there from Ortiz. Friedman, who had that extra step trying to get into the 18-yard box, but just couldn't find that pass. A little bit of a collision there as well, but I think a good work there by the center referee. No foul for me either. But you're seeing that bit of pace down the left, and those fullbacks who are both very, very quick and can pass the ball very well, giving a lot of fits to this Morris Elite team so far.
Yeah, and we saw that play again. Like you said, no call going your way as well from Morris Elite's number 2, Ethan Ortiz. Ortiz played at the New York Red Bulls Academy for 3 seasons before he started his time at Marist. And now, since being with Marist last season, played all 90 minutes in the final 10 games of the season. So he knows a lot of play time. We'll see how long he goes tonight, but right now, so far, a nice centerpiece for this defensive side of Morris Elite. He'll take over right now.
And Ethan Ortiz playing in a very physical MAC conference. A lot of those teams at the top of that league, teams like Iona and Ryder, play very physical games, and Ethan Ortiz playing something similar. A defender who can cause a lot of problems for attacking wingers.
Yeah, we'll see him again here and see what he can do against number 18, Justin McLean. That one goes out. A throw-in for Long Island. McLean is going to drop it off. He says, "You can take it, Antony." Nakai Anthony from Baldwin, New York, the 6'1" player who plays currently collegiately at NC State with a long throw-in. Going to try and set it up for the attack and just goes right out of play. A really bad throw-in there, Robbie.
Yeah, they're trying to go something more towards that near post, but just nothing there for me. One thing you want to go with those longer throws, you don't want to throw it right towards one post. You don't want to go towards near post, because likely Mateus Molina, who is great command, a goalkeeper with great command of his box, would be able to get to it, or Morris Elite defender would be able to get to it. Something like that usually doesn't work against this type of Morris Elite team, so in the future, maybe we see something more towards that penalty spot, in between the penalty spot and the 6-yard box. Or we see something short, maybe play back to Antoine and then a cross into the box. But those long throws, particularly towards the near post, might not be as successful if they continue with that.
Mateus Molina trying to slow things down, eventually plays the ball out to his teammates, and that would be Antonio Pagano, who's on the receiving end. It goes in the attack for Morris Elite. That one's headed out, going the side of Morris Elite in the light blue jerseys, as we're in the 19th minute of this clash between Morris Elite and Long Island. That one sent out of play. Another throw-in sees Long Island. Long Island throwing it in. Goes all the way towards right in front of our press box here and sent towards Molina. He's going to have to make a play. He does it with his head, sends it out taken over and coming down the other way once again is Long Island. Player taken down. Call made by the referee. It goes Long Island's way. No card looks to be getting taken out, but nonetheless, Londell Wheeler draws it. Goes to LIU, Long Island University, that is, from Glen Cove, New York, 5'10". Incoming junior.
So this will be another opportunity for a set piece for Long Island. Expect this ball to be in the back post, probably in between that penalty spot and 6-yard box area. So while it is only a few paces, there'll probably be a lot of players fighting at that back stick.
The cross into the box. It's fought for and sent out by Morris Elite. And trying to gain another possession is Long Island, sending it the other way. Taking that free kick was Tyler Mork. And on the attack could be Morris Elite, but the flag is up for offsides. That one going against Matthew Lee. The midfielder saw open turf and said, I'm going to take advantage of this one. But the referee says no, that one just going off, trying to get a play on the attacking third. It would have been the first shot attempt on goal for Morris Elite this game if that flag stayed down.
Yeah, correct call there by the assistant referee. He's starting in an offside position, trying to come back to receive the ball. Correct decision there for me, but here's a Morris Elite caused turnover, and here they come on the other way.
Fast down the right side of the pitch as Jake Rubis sends one and gets absolutely shattered to the ground. No call by the referee. He says play on. Anthony made that contact. It's going to be a corner for Morris Elite, and practically their first attempt at actually getting a shot on goal.
This is actually going to be a throw-in.
Oh, it was sent to the side after that tackle.
It was sent to the side. It was kind of hard to see with the assistant referee signal there at one from the angle we have, but they have an opportunity here now.
Yeah, there's a shot in and saved, sent out. Luengo took that one on that opportunity. Andre Sardinia will reset for his squad, send one in, trying to connect with a far side receiver being Sardinia. But Long Island takes over.
And this is what you like to see, that counter press immediately after losing the ball. Morris Elite trying to trap Long Island and win the ball right back, but that ball over the top just couldn't connect.
Tried to hit Yee, unsuccessful. Long Island moves the other way. Molina runs towards the edge of his box to meet number 9, Steinrod. And here comes Morris Elite once again. Pagano fighting with Anthony. Found the play. It goes Long Island's side.
So far through 22 minutes, you've kind of seen what Long Island is trying to do. And it's, instead of playing through the center of midfield, it's kind of been try to move the ball through the wings and then trying to find one of your strikers in the box. Here's another opportunity at that.
Here it is, into the box and headed away. Pagano trying to take over. He sends it with his right foot, flicks it over to the opposite end of the pitch, but unsuccessfully grabbed by Morris Elite, who we just saw Nakai Anthony, number 3 on your screen. He didn't actually play his freshman year at NC State. He's going into his sophomore year, but so far this summer with Long Island has been playing every single match and starting them at that. So seeing a lot of play to hope, as you see him on the ball right there, to prep him for possibly some more playtime at NC State with the Wolfpack next season in the ACC. Now on the far side of your screen, Long Island with it. Taken away by Morris Elite. Trying again to get any opportunities at goal, but Yee just outplayed by a taller guy in Ginoli Ngupisi.
Ngupisi, a very strong center back, playing at that right center back position in that back three. The UK native, very physical, great player of the ball, of the ball as well. Can make a good pass, but showing off that physicality there on that last duel.
And we'll talk more about him later on as this match continues. I'm sure we'll see him and Yee dueling it out throughout the rest of it. 6'3", a bigger presence, as we have a call and a free kick going Long Island's way.
It's been a lot of those duels, probably about 30 yards from goal. that have resulted in a lot of free kicks for Long Island early on. But really, the shocking part to me is that they haven't taken advantage of any of them, because they're a team that can score goals in multiple ways. But so far, with the chances they've been able to create, haven't been able to be as successful in front of goals, I would have thought.
Trying to find the height of Matthew Yee. He's 5'9", so a 5'9" versus a 6'3" matchup is going to be interesting on kind of the left wing side for Morris Elite, as this free kick is taken and sent over the bar to the left side. It's going to end up being a Melina goal kick.
Yeah, it was a great strike, but just not getting completely over the ball, I think, for me that time. Good power, but just barely over the bar. I think going for goal that time, though, was smart, because he really didn't have a crossing opportunity from about, I'd say, 27 yards from goal. And especially with where the free kick was located, it wasn't a bad effort. But again, another Morris Elite goal kick.
We talked about NC State with Nakai Anthony. A friend of his, I'm sure, on this squad who just took that free kick is Justin McLean, so both of them teammates at NC State. Here comes Morris Elite down the other way. Ethan Ortiz on it, sends it over to his teammate Canales. Nice movement from Morris Elite, but sent out towards midfield by Long Island. They'll regroup in the back. Sardinia, some passing around. Tolkien now on it. Sends it all the way back to Molina outside his box. Sends it over to try and find anyone. Yi, Junie Lee, doesn't connect, but regardless, Morris Elite will have the possession. Junie Lee on the ball. Tried to send it through the legs of the defender. Didn't work. Morris Elite now. Moving ahead. Trying to find an option for a shot on the far side. Ends up back on Yi's feet. He tries to send it in. A little bit of a bicycle kick effort from Junie Lee. Unsuccessful. Fighting around the box. Morris Elite tries again. Long Island at the doorstep, and they're going to send it the other way and try and counter. Nice sliding challenge there. Ortiz sends it away. And it's going to be a throw-in awarded to Long Island.
You're seeing now much better play from Morris Elite. They've really found their footing. That's an attack that you like to see as something promising for the boys in Sky Blue tonight.
We're seeing a Long Island side that has just menacing pressure right now against Morris Elite, and we're seeing a little bit more of it right here as it goes down to the left side once again. Freeman looking across with his left foot, but is swarmed by Morris Elite defenders, trying anything he can do to get it over, but unsuccessful. Morris Elite attempts to clear, but it's back in the feet of Long Island. Kyle Smith now sends it back. Engu Pisi. Pacheco and Anthony passing it around the back. Right by that Rutgers R at Frederick Douglass Field on the campus of Rutgers Newark. A 0-0 clash so far between Morris Elite and Long Island. These two teams faced each other as that one's sent into the box but sent away. These two teams, as I was saying, faced each other on June 1st. It was a 2-0 win for Long Island, so Morris Elite tonight trying to get some revenge. We saw revenge earlier in the day as the USL women's sides between the Long Island Rough Riders and Morris Elite played on June 1st. Morris Elite had a 2-0 win in that game, a 2-1 victory today for Long Island in the USLW. So we'll see how tonight's action finishes up as we've reached the 29th minute of this match. It'll be a throw-in awarded to Long Island. A really exciting match so far, though, right, Robbie? I mean, both sides getting chances at the net. Obviously, Long Island seems to be dominating possession a little bit more, but regardless, it's been a fun one to watch.
End-to-end is what you were hoping for. And so far, while Long Island, to me, has been the better team, Morris Elite has shown that their resiliency to a lot of what Long Island has been trying to do, especially in these last 5 minutes or so. What I'm going to need to see from Morris Elite now is, while you've now settled into this game, can they continue to try and make those short passes that have really worked, or try to get a clear shot on target, because to me they really haven't done that yet, but with the quality they have in this lineup and the playmaking they have in this team, they definitely can do that, and you're going to have to try and see that over the next 15 minutes, as this is going to be a foul against Lovelace. He kind of dragged down the 3 of Campoli. Got to note on these two, Campoli and Tolkien, who last time out were the center back pairing in the win over Staten Island, were excellent. I mean, the goal they conceded was off a scramble off a set piece, but in regular play, the defense was fantastic for Morris Elite, and so far you're seeing glimpses of what we saw from last week as well.
Still have not tested goalkeeper Ethan Wood on the Long Island side yet. We await that momentarily, as it could come right now. Morris Elite on the attack, 3-on-3 action, a 4th person trailing. That would be Antonio Pagano. It goes to him right now. Pagano on the right side, slows things down, waits for reinforcements, sends one in, and Junie Lee cannot get his feet under it to send one towards Wood, so Long Island goes the other way. They'll try to counterattack themselves, but too many Morris Elite bodies in that area. Here comes Ortiz. He retreats.
Gotta say that as well. Campoli again with another interception on those counterattacking attempts. Playing at that right center back position, seeing all the waves of pressure coming from what is our near side. He's really been able to read those passes, those long balls over the top, find a way to get his body in front, and hit the ball back up the pitch. Excellent job from him so far.
I was a little bit interested at why Pagano waited for help on that side. I know it was 3-on-3, but with him adding a player there, it kind of looked like a 4-on-3 chance, and then he waited to try and cross it into the box to no avail. I feel like you just have to take what you can get if you're Morris Elite and try a shot opportunity to at least test Ethan Wood. But doesn't happen, and here comes Long Island.
It's a good-looking switch there now, trying to go from left to right, from side to side. So there's Ingapisi on the ball. And when Morris Elite try to bring pressure of their own, so far Long Island have been able to escape and try and push forward themselves.
Anthony sends one to the far side. Some passing around there by Long Island, seeing if they can streak down that side. As you can tell, the plays have been crossing it in. That's what they do there. Unsuccessful. That was Lundell Wheeler with the cross, but denied by Morris Elite's defense, who you have to give credit to with all the opportunities that Long Island has had in this game attacking the goal. I feel like Morris Elite has met that task and shut it down pretty well.
Yeah, so far Morris Elite have been able to shut down a lot, and especially in the last 20 minutes or so. So far, we saw a lot of Long Island pressure, a lot of good balls in the box. So far, Mike Ravanace's group has been able to make an adjustment. They've come a little bit more compact from central midfield. They've dropped more towards where the center backs would be, and it's really worked so far in defense. But so far, for me, it kind of feels like they're playing for a 0-0, which I don't have a problem with that. But for me, as this game goes on, you're going to have to see a little bit more life in the attack. It can't be hit the ball forward and try and play in defense and try to play defensively for 90 minutes, because this Long Island team will score if you continue to do that.
That's exactly what I was going to say, because at a certain point, your defense, regardless of substitutions, I mean, you can use your entire substitutions on the back line, but at some point they're going to tire out. Their legs are going to get weaker, and Long Island is just going to be able to capitalize on one attack. So here's Morris Elite trying in the midfield to establish some offensive efficiency, but it's just unsuccessful. And I don't know if it's a credit to Long Island for their defensive play on their end, but just maybe also just some poor passes too. I mean, most of these Morris Elite passes, they're trying for creativity, but it's ending up in turnovers for Long Island's way, and that's a call from the referee.
It's going to be a yellow card. Interesting decision there from the referee. Let's take a look at this one more time. This one looked close for me. Yeah, you're going to see him get a little bit of contact there. The studs of the boot of the Long Island player did get into the ankle So I think that was right. It is a yellow card. But for me, once again, correct. I think that's the correct decision there. It wasn't that much force, which is why it's a yellow. They're both trying to go on and make a play on the ball.
Sure.
But it could have been much worse if there's a lot more force. That could have ended something that we saw last week. But it is a yellow card. It's going to be to the 18 of McLean. So the captain gets the first yellow card of this match.
The captain does get the first yellow card. And, yeah, Robbie, as I mentioned on the pregame report that we did that went on Morris Elite socials on the Instagram, if obviously go follow that and watch our video, as I talked about, I don't think we're ever going to see a match like we did before. We'll get to it in just a moment. That's a counterattacking opportunity for Long Island. And on the ball, a dish over to Stainrod, and a goal in the back of the net. Jack Stainrod gives the lead to Long Island, and it's 1-0 in the 35th minute.
Let's take a look at this play one more time. Excellent bit of counterattacking by the opposition in Long Island. It was Antoine just staying patient, taking that extra touch and keeping his head up, finding that through ball to Stainrod. And a calm finish from Stainrod to get Long Island in front by a score of 1-0.
Absolutely, Robbie. 1-0 game, and Morris Elite now is going to have to make sure to keep their composure in this one, because now with the heads held low, we saw it earlier in the match between Long Island and Morris Elite, was that when they went up 2-0, it seemed like all of the energy was sucked out of that Morris Elite squad. Amina Barula got a goal off a goalkeeper mistake, and that's why it ended up being 2-1, but these guys have to make sure they keep their head up high and make sure the momentum doesn't swing too far over the Long Island. We saw how they've been dominating possession so far, but most recently in the last few minutes, Morris Elite has gotten some opportunities in front of net, but passes like those aren't going to help. I like the creativity. I think it does add some more to your offensive game if those are completed, but flicks like those just haven't been working for Morris Elite so far in this match, and it's been going to the Rough Riders' side. That one's fought for in the middle and won. A slide tackle, that might be trouble, and it is. A yellow card awarded to Peter Tolkien out of Butler. One of the taller threats on defense for Morris Elite. We'll take a look at that one.
Yeah, correct call again. Reckless challenge there. Tolkien just sliding in late. Textbook yellow card. Correct call again by the referee. Just late lunging challenge, late sliding challenge rather, is the correct terms to use. So Morris Elite get their first yellow card of this match, and it comes in the 37th minute to Peter Tolkien.
Yeah, we're even up now, Robbie. So you have on the Long Island side Justin McLean on a yellow, and then for Morris Elite, Peter Tolkien also on a yellow card. So we'll see how that goes for the rest of this match. That one sent out of play right into the bench. Player gets attacked with the ball, sitting on the bench for the Morris Elite side, but regardless, it'll be an Ethan Ortiz throw, and Pagano will let that one go and settle into Junie Lee's feet, trying to move past some defenders into the box. Pagano across through, and it's saved! Unbelievable sprawling attempt, and saved by Ethan Wood. Let's take a look off the Pagano cross.
It was an excellent bit of holding up of play by Junie Lee. Great ball to Pagano, but how about this save? Excellent save. First time Ethan Wood's really been tested in this game, but able to make that save diving to his right. That's a class save. Well done there by the goalkeeper, but that's what you want to see from Morris Elite. A little bit more creativity. Junie Lee helping to build up that bit of play, and an excellent save there by Ethan Wood, because if he doesn't make that save, that ball's going in the back of the net, and it's 1-1.
Like you said, Ethan Wood tested for the first time, but showing his veteran presence in net. Graduated in 2024. That was actually his grad season. Was a 3-time academic All-Big Ten in the classroom, 2021 through 2023. Also won the Big Ten Sportsmanship Award. Made 2 starts in goal this past season and tallied 3 saves and 2 penalty shootout saves against UCLA in the Big Ten tournament in mid-November. That time tested, but makes the save. Morris Elite going to try again to see if they can test Wood in net.
I gotta say this, though. From watching the film on Ethan Wood, he's an excellent shot stopper. Sometimes his movement with the ball at his feet isn't the best, but his shot-stopping ability is the one thing that caught the chart, that catches the eye for me.
Morris Elite trying to push. Brian Canales off the ball to Yee on our far side. Yee and Canales play 1-2. Yee shot with his foot, with his right foot that is, to the left side of the net and saved by Wood. There's your second test on Ethan Wood.
Able to made it simple, was comfortable, able to make the dive low and make an easy save.
Wood sends that one all the way past the Rutgers R. Fighting for it, Morris Elite, and that has to be a call. I don't know against who, but that has to be a call.
It's going to go against
Morris
Long
Elite's
Island.
way. I mean, those guys toppled each other over. I don't know what the correct call would be, but it had to be going someone's way. I know you're cleanly fighting for the ball, but when you both land on the ground, something had to be off.
It was, I don't know if you'd call that an aerial duel. I don't know what type of duel you would call that as a referee, but referee must have seen something that
I would say correct call for a foul.
Yes.
I don't know which side.
Right. That's a perfect way to put it, because I think you could have made an argument for both. To call that against Morris Elite or call that against Long Island. Referee signaled it to go Morris Elite's way, and they're going to have a throw-in in a pretty dangerous area.
Junie Lee, though, that's a bad first touch. Plays it right out of bounds, and in the 41st minute, Long Island will have it. So now, Robbie, you look at 5 minutes plus stoppage time. What do you hope to see from Morris Elite to close out this first half down 1-0?
I think you're going to have to see a little bit more energy in the front line. Like right here, this is a moment where you could see Morris Elite cause a turnover, and they almost did. But you're going to need to see a bit more energy from both teams, as this is going to be a foul against Morris Elite right at the midfield stripe. But one thing I want to see is not have them be on the back foot the entire 45 minutes. And granted, they've defended pretty well so far.
Yeah.
But to get a result in a match like this, they're going to need to do more. And we've seen glimpses of what they can do, but just not enough. So a more attacking mentality is going to be needed in this second half. And that's one thing that you're going to need to see change for Morris Elite. They haven't been bad in the couple attacks they've had. They just need more. Not those 1 or 2 attacks. It has to be 4, 5, 6. Something that could really threaten Ethan Wood.
Well, right now it's going to be more for the Rough Riders, as they have an offensive attacking opportunity to close out this first half in the 43rd minute. A cross chance. It's going to be sent in by number 6, Tyler Mork, the junior at St. John's. Send it into this filled box with blue, light and dark. His hands up. Mork sends it in. Far side of the box. It's headed on and out of play. Molina will have a goal kick.
Yeah, that one, it was Antoine trying to fight for that ball at the back post. Was able to get a head on it, but just headed it down, and the ball didn't really go anywhere. So Morris Elite trying to play out of the back again, and they're going to win another, either a foul call or a throw. You can't really tell.
Regardless, it's going to go Morris Elite's way. It's going to end up being the throw-in as a player is on the ground for Morris Elite.
I think that's might be Brian Canales. Actually, it's not Brian Canales. He's standing right there next to the 18 of McLean.
Looked like it's Yee.
Might have been.
I think Matthew Yee was down and is now up for Morris Elite as he'll take the throw, and he's running right back in. He's doing okay. He'll have the ball at his feet right now. A little bit of passing. Oh, you had an option down the line. Both Robbie and I saw that one. I guess it's easy to say for us because he was on our near side, that being Ethan Ortiz streaking down the right side wide open. They don't find the cross, so here comes possibly one of the last attacks in this half for Long Island. Down the other way, Justin McLean sends it over to the left side. Friedman with it now. They love that left side, and they've sent set pieces or cross attempts in from there by Friedman. But now they send it all the way back. Long Island wants to make sure that they have the last say in this first half. Already up 1-0 from a goal early on.
Now you're hearing Mike Gravini, the head coach, saying, get up, show more energy in defense, and they're showing a lot more life, and you're starting to see more of what you would expect from this Morris Elite group, playing with more speed, and here they come once again.
Yeah, here comes Morris Elite down that far side, but hit out of play. Or not out of play, excuse me, to the back line of Morris Elite. They'll try and set it up again as we await added time here. And we'll get that to you momentarily. As soon as we find out the number ourselves, we'll relay it back to you. In a 1-0 Long Island lead, that one sent all the way to the opposite end. A late chance for the Rough Riders to strike. Number 24, Drew Lovelace, is on it. That one, a lefty flick in. Friedman tried, but unsuccessful. 2 minutes of stoppage time in this match. Long Island leads 1-0. Morris Elite turns it over in the midfield area, going back and forth now. Two minutes screaming the coaching staff of Long Island, let's go. Here's Morris Elite throwing in along the midfield line. Let's see if they try to attack or just play it all the way back. They do play it back to Molina. Are they going to play it safe here?
You got to imagine with the amount of pressure they face that they're going to try and be content with the 1-0. Last week, they weren't content and they were able to get an attack late, but here's Lee getting dispossessed, and now here comes Ngapisi the other way.
Yeah, Lee went down immediately trying to draw that foul call, but to no avail. But Morris Elite now maybe one last counterattacking opportunity. Lee looking to see who he can find. Pagano saying send it over here to the opposite end of the field, but they're just going to hold on to it on that far side. Now by the Rutgers R, it's Brian Canales. Over to Ortiz. They switch play. Taking it right back is Long Island. Clock ticks. We're reaching about 2 minutes into this stoppage time. What the referee said again, 2 minutes added on. Sent once again all the way down the opposite end of the field. Luengo. They're just going to play keep away, I feel like, at this point. Although that press is on from Long Island. But they're going to go all the way to the near side corner flag if they have to. Morris Elite. Maybe one more chance at midfield. Now Luengo. Luengo with the challenge, and both players are on the ground. The referee looks like he's just blowing his whistle, and he will. That will be halftime. The Long Island Rough Riders with the 1-0 lead over Morris Elite at the break. We'll be back for second half action here on Morris Elite TV.
Open Road Mazda of Morristown is your go-to for reliable and affordable vehicles. We offer a wide range of options to match your style and needs. First-time buyers, discover the joy of buying with confidence with our 5-day money-back guarantee. Your journey begins here at Open Road Mazda of Morristown.
Hi, I'm Dan from George J. Keller & Sons. My family-owned company has provided superior service to local homeowners since 1980. And based on the strength of our commitment to you and your positive reviews and feedback, we are now a GAF 3-star President's Club winner. That's right, one of 30 winners out of 2,600 Master Elite dealers nationwide. Our seasoned pros provide the best service and quality products from beginning to end of your project. Give us a call today for your free estimate.
Struggling with confidence, inconsistency, and playing scared? Learn how to unlock your potential and perform at your best when it matters the most with Top Mental Game. Your talent sets the floor. Your mindset sets the ceiling. When the moment comes, will you be ready?
Hey parents, Anchor Golf and Recreation is now registering full and half-day golf camps. Anchor Golf Day Camps are designed to teach children fundamentals of golf. To register your child for golf camp, go online and click the registration tab at anchorgolfcenter.com. Anchor now has 4 dedicated outdoor lighted pickleball courts. Call to reserve your court today. Check out Anchor's 18-hole miniature golf course with new features. It's fun for the whole family. Anchor Golf and Recreation offers so much more. Call or see us at anchorgolfcenter.com.
Open Road Cadillac has new vehicles in stock, perfect for any family. Browse our used vehicle inventory, expertly inspected and ready for new drivers. Shop online now at morristowncadillac.com.
Go ahead, take a deep breath. Oh, nice, huh? That's some clean, fresh air at the perfect temperature.
That is good. Who installed the system?
ICS. They're the leaders in HVAC. They make the ductwork at their own factory, so we even save some money.
That's impressive. You recommend them?
It's ICS for HVAC.
I see why.
Hey, Lorraine, go get a big plastic bag. Take some air home with you.
David A. Santini, CPA, LLC, providing financial peace of mind. Let us take the stress out of taxes for you too. Peace, love, and taxes.
George J. Keller and Sons want your house to be the kind of home for all to see. Best roofing, windows, siding too. Great decks and gutters, we're here for you. Our seasoned pros are unsurpassed. So give a call, we'll take your task. Transform your home, that's what we do. So give a call, we're here for you. For roofing, siding, windows and decks, we do it all for you. George J. Keller and Sons.
Your family-owned operation since 1980. Call for your free estimate.
Hi, my name is Andrew Shaka. I'm one of the owners here at New Jersey Siding and Windows. We are a family-owned residential remodel firm. Everything we offer here is quality and comes with great warranties. If it's a residential home, there's no home too big for us to work on.
Pick Your Cards is located on Route 46 in Ledgewood. Our huge inventory can be shopped online at pickyourcards.com, where you can use the code Big State Sports for an extra discount.
We specialize in roofing and siding. That includes gutters, windows, doors, stone siding, decks, and painting. We also utilize new age technology like drones and 3D modeling. The drones keep our guys safe on the ground with an aerial perspective, and the 3D modeling gives us exact measurements for precise job scope. Give us a call today. We'll be happy to provide you with a complimentary drone inspection. We look forward to keeping your home and your family safe.
It's so cold, my fish froze.
Mine's so hot, my sneakers melted.
Rooms with different temperatures? That means your HVAC system is outdated and wasting energy. At ICS, we'll install an energy-efficient system that provides a constant flow of clean, fresh air at the perfect temperature in every room. You could save money each month, and the price we quote is the price you'll pay. Get a quote today. See why we say ICS for HVAC.
I see why.
Thinking about making a move? Call Michael Rossi from Keller Williams, your residential real estate enthusiast. Whether you're looking to sell or buy, Mike's your guy. Likely one of the most expensive and stressful transactions a person makes is real estate. So why not have fun doing it? Call Michael Rossi today, where he is bringing the process from frustrating to fun.
Blue Nail was superior in almost every aspect. We worked with contractors for almost everything in the firehouse, and Blue Nail really made us feel comfortable all the way through, from the contract to pre-planning to scheduling, getting the job done. We are thrilled that they were able to do the job for us.
At Planet Networks, our high-speed fiber is designed to be fast. Up to 300 times faster than cable, and up to 500 times faster than DSL. As fast as 10,000 megabits per second up and down, if you speak nerd. We're talking cheetah, bullet train, lightning strike, hummingbird, race car kind of fast. Planet Networks. So fast, it's worth the wait.
We offer installation of siding, vinyl, and composite. We also do replacement windows, doors, roofs, decks, attic insulation, and e-shield.
For years, it had been the same routine, working all night. Ah, those beautiful faces. I wanted more, for me, for them, for our futures. There was this day that something changed, a simple moment of dress-up. It opened my eyes.
Take charge of your future and go big at CCM.
Not really big into committing to things. I usually stop binging the show halfway through the first episode. I mean, remember when my hair was blonde for like 2 seconds? But when Verizon announced that I could lock in a low price for 3 years for both phone and internet, even if I'm already a customer, I was like, duh. I think 3 years in the future, Pete will be very proud of my decision. Look at me grow. Come on! Can you hear me now? I sure hope so.
David A. Santini, CPA, LLC, providing financial peace of mind. Let us take the stress out of taxes for you too. Peace, love, and taxes.
We are a family-owned business that provides customized apparel, uniforms, fanwear, banners, marketing material, and accessories for sports teams, businesses, and events. TeamOrders.net provides high-quality products, fastest turnaround times, great prices, and unmatched service to our customers large and small.
I don't really like committing to things. I'm scared. But when Verizon announced that I could lock in a low price for 3 years, I mean, yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Can you hear me now?
This game is brought to you by Aaron Mizzarelli of State Farm in Randolph. My licensed and experienced team members are here to serve you for all of your insurance and financial service needs in New Jersey and New York. We offer excellent customer service, and our office is conveniently located in Randolph, New Jersey. For a free auto, home, life, or business quote, visit us at aaronmizzarelli.com or call us at 973-389-9999.
Oh, why didn't I just call Blue Nail Exteriors?
Athletic Fields of America in Montville, New Jersey has become an industry leader in synthetic turf. Serving the greater New York, New Jersey, and eastern PA regions, we have delivered hundreds of both synthetic turf and natural grass sports fields for youth and recreational levels, all the way up to the highest standards and requirements of the NCAA. Our goal with every project is to provide our customers with exceptional workmanship, extraordinary service, and professional integrity, while constructing a superior product that you can enjoy for years to come. Visit www.afoa.us.
If you live in Andover, Blairstown, Byram, Frankfurt, Franklin, Frieden, Frelinghuysen, Greene, Hampton, Hardwick, Hope, Knowlton, Lafayette, Newton, Sparta, Stillwater, Sussex, and Wantage, Planet Networks is building high-speed fiber in your neighborhood. Visit getplanetfiber.com today to learn more.
Open Road Mazda of Morristown is your go-to for reliable and affordable vehicles. We offer a wide range of options to match your style and needs. First-time buyers, discover the joy of buying with confidence with our 5-day money-back guarantee. Your journey begins here at Open Road Mazda of Morristown.
Hi, I'm Dan from George J. Keller & Sons. My family-owned company has provided superior service to local homeowners since 1980. And based on the strength of our commitment to you and your positive reviews and feedback, we are now a GAF 3-star President's Club winner. That's right, one of 30 winners out of 2,600 Master Elite dealers nationwide. Our seasoned pros provide the best service and quality products from beginning to end of your project. Give us a call today for your free estimate.
Struggling with confidence, inconsistency, and playing scared? Learn how to unlock your potential and perform at your best when it matters the most with Top Mental Game. Your talent sets the floor. Your mindset sets the ceiling. When the moment comes, will you be ready?
Hey parents, Anchor Golf and Recreation is now registering full and half-day golf camps. Anchor Golf Day Camps are designed to teach children fundamentals of golf. To register your child for golf camp, go online and click the registration tab at anchorgolfcenter.com. Anchor now has 4 dedicated outdoor lighted pickleball courts. Call to reserve your court today. Check out Anchor's 18-hole miniature golf course with new features. It's fun for the whole family. Anchor Golf and Recreation offers so much more. Call or see us at anchorgolfcenter.com.
Welcome back in to the broadcast booth. Frederick Douglass Field on the campus of Rutgers Newark, a USL League 2 match between Morris Elite and the Long Island Rough Riders. A 1-0 lead for Long Island so far. It's been a doubleheader action from Morris Elite and Long Island. Josh Allman alongside Robbie Basil, and we wanted to thank our sponsors who help sponsor Morris Elite before we get into second half action. Fast Signs, we'd like to thank, along with Gina's Pizzeria, Adidas, Soccer.com, Dr. Oscar Vasquez, orthopedic surgeon, and Jag One. Thank you to those sponsors for sponsoring today's match and this Morris Elite season. Robbie, what did you like, or dislike, I should say, from that first half?
I mean, for me in the first half, we saw a lot of control by the visiting Long Island Rough Riders. They've dominated the flow of possession, and they dominated the majority of this game through the first 15 minutes. But as this game progressed, Morris Elite were able to find their way into this game, able to create opportunities, but it just was not enough. And Long Island were able to capitalize on a counterattack, a 3-on-3 that was eventually finished off by Stainrod. So it's Stainrod who is the difference maker, but what I want to see is who's going to control the midfield throughout the rest of this game. And if it's going to be Morris Elite trying to make an adjustment and find a way to break through in this game, or on the flip side, if it's going to be Long Island continuing to control the flow of play and just dominate the rest of this match, which for me, I honestly don't know what we're going to see from other than that storyline, because both of these teams have had opportunities, but they just haven't been capitalized. It's been a lot of chances going wide, crosses being intercepted by the defense. That's what I've seen so far, Josh.
As we head into the second half, there's some changes we have to announce at halftime, one for each side. In terms of Morris Elite, the substitution is Tino Puentes in for Antonio Pagano. And then the other side for Long Island, we have a substitution that we're waiting to hear from Robbie momentarily. Looks like Dino Feratovic will sub in. Let's find out from Robbie. So Gabriel Pacheco is out, the junior defender. He goes to Hofstra, 6'2", but he's subbed in for him as Dino Fericic, the senior defender from New York City, goes to Iona University, which is something that I'm sure Robbie will touch on later on when he hops back on the mic in this broadcast. And Robbie's back with me. Robbie, I was just mentioning Dino Feratovic subbing on for Long Island. a fellow Iona University attendee.
Fellow Iona Gale, that's right. And Dino Feratovic, a very interesting player, the New York native, good with the ball at his feet, started a lot of games at center back for an Iona team that made the NCAA tournament last year, was rock solid at that center back position. Can cause a lot of problems for attacking players. We've actually seen this duel before with Junie Lee against Dino Feratovic in the past. But Feratovic coming from a very fast-paced Iona University team to now playing for looks to me a very fast-paced Long Island team, and he's now on the ball playing that right center back position.
Yeah, I was going to say a fellow Iona University athlete. I mean, I guess I would call you an athlete. You would qualify.
Nah, I'm a broadcaster, not an athlete. We broadcast for a reason. We're not on the pitch like these guys.
Hey, come on, give us some credit at least. I know we're watching the game, but maybe sometimes we can play too. Not tonight, though, as we head to an attack for Long Island here to start out this second half. Again, a 1-0 Rough Riders lead, as you see on the scoreboard on your screen. These two teams played on June 1st, and it was a similar result to this one. Long Island won 2-0. So Morris Elite now on their home turf trying to seek revenge. We'll see if it comes in this second half. It can start from a Junie Lee-led counterattack as he waits for some reinforcements to help him out. Lee playing from the back and sends it back to Ethan Ortiz, the defender from Marist. Out to Canales, he'll switch sides. Going from far side to near side. Morris Elite wearing the light blue jerseys and also in blue, but in dark blue is Long Island. A nice sliding effort to send it the other way by Kyle Smith. And here comes Long Island. We've been seeing a lot of number 17, Jacob Freeman. As that one goes out of play, Molina will take over, the goalkeeper for Morris Elite. We've been seeing a lot of Jacob Freeman. In the first half, he was playing left wing, still playing left wing, but moving from our near side to the far side. We saw a lot of crosses into the box from him. I'm sure that'll continue in this second half, as we're going to see the first time Molina, as he wants his players to clear up field. He's going to send this one out towards the Rutgers logo. Sends that one right above it. Settled down, or attempting to settle it down, is Long Island. They'll do so successfully, but taken over and out-muscled by Ethan Ortiz. He tries to play this one down the line. A foul call that's going to head the way of Long Island. Junie Lee has to be careful. Didn't think it was too much of an offense for yellow card, that would be. This one sent all the way upfield. Ahead, another opportunity for Long Island. It was Jack Stainrod, the striker, who scored the first goal for for Long Island, as that could have been a foul against them, against Morris Elite. But on the other side, Junie Lee will try and take possession of the ball. He's shoved to the ground. No call. Actually, there will be a call, but the referee says it's offsides. The assistant referee on our far side has the flag waved up. Offsides on Junie Lee. Another foul call there against Morris Elite. That player was just awarded a yellow card against Tino Puentes, the recent halftime substitution. A yellow card against Puentes that now has two players with a yellow card for Morris Elite. Puentes being one. The other one early on in the match was Peter Tolkien, the defender from Butler University, with a yellow card.
So yeah, Puentes coming on and immediately trying to make an impact, but that time he makes an impact in the wrong way, getting a yellow card for himself. And now a long set piece, taken just in front of those fans in the stands.
It's going to go into the box, but right at Molina, not even testing him. He's going to try and test the defense of Long Island, though. See how fast they can run. Matthew Yee is on the reception of that ball, but when there's 3 guys around him, it's going to go out of bounds. He'll wait and send it back to midfield. Turning a corner is Morris Elite. Here comes number 15, Sardinia, with it. Sardinia give and go with Canales. Taken away. And the other way it goes. Boom. Here they come the other way, Long Island. That one stolen. 2 sliding efforts by Morris Elite. Both players go down, but it's going to go the other way. Drew Lovelace had the opportunity there. Here comes Friedman. As a Morris Elite player is still down.
Yeah,
right in front of Matthias Molina. He's talking to him. We don't know who it is at the moment. Once we get an update, we'll let you know. Holding his left lower leg, looks to be the ankle area as the trainer runs onto the field.
And this is something you don't really want to see because, to be fair, I don't really know if either of us really saw what happened back there. But right now, it's when he's okay. That player is okay. I'm not sure which one that is for Morris Elite. So it'll just be a little bit of a stoppage of play as we're into the 53rd minute. So looks like it's helped up. And probably he will have to come off for a moment, but we'll see what happens next.
Looked to be...
It was Campoli.
Yeah, Andrea Campoli down on the ground for Morris Elite. But
Campoli, the native of the Italian native from Milan. A player who is very physical on the ball, very physical all over the pitch, to be honest with everyone here. But he's a player that is what we'd call a difference maker at center back. He's probably, him and Tolkien have been a center back pairing that have been excellent. Plays at NJIT, played academy ball at Lazio, a very high level academy in Italy. We'll see if or when he gets waved back on.
Yeah, waiting right in front of us down on the pitch, talking to the coaching staff as Long Island will play it on their own end, sending it down the other way. Here comes number 21, Angupisi, as sprinting back onto the field is Campoli, so he seems to be doing better. Great sight for Morris Elite, but now here's a crossing opportunity for the Rough Riders. That one sent too far, trying to race down and catch it is Freeman. He's unsuccessful, but will keep possession is Long Island. That one sent in right at Molina. He catches it. Anthony with the shot there. Nikai Anthony.
Yeah, Anthony, who, like we said, plays left back, but is able to really get himself into a very high attacking situation, as it's going to be Canales who wins a free kick for Morris Elite there. But playing that wingback position, coaches like to play that type of player multiple different ways. And what we've seen in this match is a lot of freedom for a player like Anthony. He's done really well out there at that left wing back or left center back position.
Yeah, Junie Lee was taken down there. No call, but a call here against the number 18 on Long Island.
So it'll be a set piece now for Morris Elite, but you hear the shouts from the coaching staff below us and how frustrated they are, because Long Island is doing a lot of physicality. We knew going into this type of game that we're going to see a very physical matchup between both of these teams. But for me that time, it looked like, from what the referee was signaling, it was a clip from behind, and in an attacking situation like that will be called. So I'm interested to see from about 35 yards if they elect to go for goal here.
It's going to be Justin McLean who was fouled on that play and looks to be taking the free kick. You think he goes for goal? We'll find out. It's set up as a set-piece opportunity, flicked into the box, unsuccessful. Sorry, Robbie, I was setting you up for a question that you were unable to answer already. He was ready. He was taking that free kick. So Morris Elite will throw it in on our far side. Playing around with it kind of in that back line area. Campoli on it. Just injured a few moments ago, but came back on. Seems to be doing okay now. Plays it with his head there, but it goes past him. Back at his feet. Getting taken down. That's got to be a call, and it is. Made by the referee. He was getting tugged to the ground, and he'll take the ball, sending his players upfield.
Stainrod, who was called for the foul that time. Now Morris Elite
trying to work down the side to Yee, but unsuccessful on our near side. The through ball just gets interrupted.
They continue to try to go for that long ball over the top, but there's really been no one on the receiving end. It's because a lot of Morris Elite's players have tracked back to try and defend. So usually when you're trying to do that long ball over the top, you have to have multiple numbers up the pitch. That time there wasn't because everyone was tracking back to try and stop the set piece. But that time, Junie Lee, who's playing center forward, was pushing forward against this back line and was able to cause enough pressure to have Morris Elite win the throw-in.
Here comes Long Island on the other way. Moving down the pitch. Sent one into the box, and it's taken over by Molina.
Yeah, it was a low cross, but Molina able to keep calm, be confident, and go out there and make that save. Kept it simple. As we have a duel on the sideline, it will go to the way of Morris Elite. Good duel there.
Yeah,
between Sardinia and Wheeler.
Yeah, I was gonna say Andre Sardinia will continue the play for Morris Elite, or at least attempt to. We'll have the ball again here. Sends it over to Canales. Crossfield pass to Ortiz. And Morris Elite will try and set up an offensive attacking opportunity. Something we haven't seen them have in a while as we're approaching about 15 minutes into this second half. Robbie, Morris Elite down 1-0, but still not really showing any offense. Anything you think that can help change that?
I think right now, while it is 1-0, and we both know, and I think a lot of people at home know, it could be a lot different. You have to commend the defense of what they've done so far. Because, yes, Long Island has been able to push forward and create opportunities, but they haven't been able to capitalize on anything. That's going to be something that we're going to have to see in the second half. Is on the flip side, Morris Elite's going to have to try and build something or build an attack through, I think, shorter passing that could be probably a little more effective.
And we're going to see Irvin Sula check into this game from Life University. He's running on to replace number 19, Jake Rubis. Will take a seat, the midfielder from NJIT, and Sula will come in to try and give, like Robbie mentioned, Morris Elite some life on offense. The forward, we'll see if he can do so as this game progresses. Here comes Long Island. Having an opportunity, and it'll get to number 11, who's saved by Molina. That was Londell Wheeler.
Wheeler just finding his way into the box. It was a little too easy. Let's take a look at that last play real quick. It's an extra pass. Wheeler left all alone, but a good initial save there by Molina. And the follow-up, there wasn't really one there. but easily could have been 2-0. Good work there by Morris Elite to scramble back and make a play.
Yeah, here comes Morris Elite down the other way, but that's interrupted, and going back down is Anthony. Offsides call by the assistant referee. Morris Elite will take over. They try to play quickly. With about a half hour left in this game. Morris Elite down 1-0 to Long Island. These two teams played on June 1st. It was a 2-0 victory for the Rough Riders on Long Island. This time it's at Frederick Douglass Field on the campus of Rutgers Newark. So a home field advantage for Morris Elite, but not going their way yet, as that's a flaked shot opportunity, and Drew Lovelace is going to want that one back. Morris Elite will try and counter. They're moving up the near side, trying to slow things down.
What's interesting to me is when they've played a little bit quicker, but keeping the passes simple, they've looked better throughout this game, because flick like that, great work there by Inga PC to go out and make a play. But that extra pressure, that little bit extra pep in your step causes a turnover, a little more energy from Morris Elite. That's what you need in a game like this. It's 1-0. It's one of the few times in club history that they're up there in possible title contention in USL2. A result here, and with the matches at hand they currently have, keeps them in the picture.
And Robbie, you mentioned Junie Lee and kind of comparing him to the striker that the USLW Morris Elite side has in Amina Barua, and kind of in both matches we've seen today, the top strikers on either side have not been able to get involved in the attack. Barua, basically up until this time period, the 60-something minute, she didn't see a shot on goal. Junie Lee, kind of the same thing, not seeing a shot on goal, as we have a Long Island player down, holding his back, slow to get up, but he seems to be okay. That player being number 21, Ngupisi, who I mentioned that we were going to talk a little bit more about him as this game progressed. And we can get to him right now. From the UK, plays at San Diego State, a WAC all-freshman team last year in 2024. 15 games played, 12 of them started, recorded 2 assists. And he also played for West Brom. So pretty cool stuff there. He was a team captain and helped win the 2022 Premier League PL2 Cup. Played over 1,700 minutes. So a really cool story, coming over to America and playing collegiately at San Diego State. So we heard a little bit more about Ngupisi. Now we'll see what he can do with a little bit of an injury, kind of as you can. It's right on the left side of your screen. He's kind of stretching that back out, making sure that it's okay and still moving well. So he seems to be all right, but a little bit shaken up with a lower back injury. Try and play through the rest of this one. No substitutions awaiting for either side, that is, as Kyle Smith sends it over, and Ngupisi seems to be all right. Sends that ball in as a player is down for Morris Elite, and it's going to be an opportunity in front of goal. That one sent across by Wheeler. Here's another chance for Long Island. Ngupisi to Wheeler on the right side. Long Island working carefully outside the box, trying to send one in. There's Wheeler with the cross, and on the receiving end, and into the back of the net. Long Island makes it 2.
It's a lofted ball into the box. Excellent ball towards the back stick. How about this ball? It was not bad defending there from Morris Elite on the cross, but finding himself all alone at the back post as Morris Elite are now in a little bit of trouble, as Long Island able to double their lead. Morris Elite 0, Long Island Rough Riders 2.
Long Island Rough Riders, a similar scoreline, actually an identical scoreline to their win in the beginning of the month. And a successful header. We're awaiting the goal scorer by Long Island there. But regardless, a really great header. And it might also be a substitution for Long Island as well. So we'll have to await all of those coming from Robbie. He'll let us know. Here comes Morris Elite on the attack, trying to at least get one on the board. An unsuccessful cross in, and as you heard from Robbie there, as we'll get to that in a minute, the goal scorer, because they might have another one coming. Molina charging out of his goal. He'll just send it out of play, but then rush back in as they're going to try and take this throw in as quick as possible. It was Jacob Friedman who scored the goal, was at the far side to head that one in, right on the left side of the net. The senior from Monmouth University, we saw him crossing the ball in from that left wing this entire match. This time the cross comes to him, and he heads one in to make it 2-0. As on the other side, Junie Lee with an opportunity at the net, but the flag is up, and offsides is called once again against Lee.
Yeah, a little bit unlucky there from Junie Lee. It was just a little bit too far offside. It's offsides and came back to receive the ball. See, it was Lovelace who came off, and he's replaced by, I believe the way to say it's Patrick Oseki. And Long Island are continuing to push forward.
Yeah, Long Island's going to have another opportunity. It's the recent sub. Oseki makes it 3. Long Island strikes in the first half, and then back-to-back goals within minutes of each other, and it's a 3-0 lead for the Rough Riders.
Let's take a look at the last play. It's Oseki, the substitute, again. And who else made that pass? It was Wheeler again, who gets another assist for himself. Another goal for Long Island, as they've likely put this game to rest. Morris Elite 0. Long Island 3.
Wow. Morris Elite is absolutely stunned on the field right now. Players seeming kind of, I don't think they know how this happened. I was going to say lifeless. I think that's a little extreme. I mean, obviously you have to play through it now. You have 20-ish minutes left in this match, and it's the game of soccer. There's always a chance at coming back, but, you know, after that goal, and especially 2 goals within minutes of each other, and Oseki just being a recent substitution and immediately making an impact, could just dig the hole even deeper for Morris Elite, and it seems like Long Island could possibly have a free kick opportunity.
Indeed, they are right there from about 25 yards out.
So here it comes, another chance. It's going to be similar to what a corner would be, but a little bit closer, about, what would you say, Robbie, 8 yards outside the box, 8 to 10 yards. And it's going to be number 18 taking it.
So I believe
Justin McLean.
We might have had a card actually as well. So the
Andre Sardinha with a yellow against him.
So yeah, at least Sardinha getting a yellow card.
And obviously players getting a little restless on the Morris Elite side after those goals coming back to back. So here comes McLean's cross. Waiting on the referee's whistle of approval. Hand up, sends it into the box, almost on the receiving end for Long Island. But it goes out of play, and Molina will have to clear it through. Wow, that was really close to it being 4.
Yeah, it could have been 4, but
it was number 4, by the way. Do you know Feratovic?
Feratovic, not a guy who usually you would see in the box like that when he plays for Iona, but definitely a player who you could see be impactful on those set pieces, using his size and physicality to get towards that 6-yard box. But once again, it's another set piece opportunity that looks a little bit too easy for Long Island now. So now you have to think, how is the last 20 minutes going to go? Are Morris Elite going to go full out attack and try and get some goals? As they're going to bring on 3 substitutes.
Oh, wow.
In just a moment.
Robbie, this is, I mean, if you want to talk about a last-ditch effort at least getting a goal on the board, let alone 1 goal, and, maybe more to come after that for Morris Elite, it's going to take substitutes, and that's exactly what they're doing now. Maybe too little too late at the 72nd minute, but we'll have to wait and see how things progress here. Again, on the campus of Rutgers Newark at Frederick Douglass Field. In the last few minutes, there's been a huge change. 2 straight goals for Long Island, and a 3-0 lead has stunned not only the crowd, the home crowd that is for Morris Elite, but the players on the field as well, as we'll await those substitutions. Robbie will make that call momentarily, and we'll let you know who's joined the pitch to try and help whatever is left of this Morris Elite offense. And a throw-in for the Rough Riders. Sent back over to their back line, right by the Rutgers R. Sent all the way to the opposite end of the pitch. It's going to be at the feet of Wheeler and sent out. A throw-in right by the corner flag for Wheeler. All the way out to, not all the way out, but down the line to NGPC on the other end. Fighting for the ball is the Morris Elite offense. Unsuccessful, though. NGPC will take it a nice turn to his right side. Sends one towards the box. Not quite reaching there. Now Morris Elite trying to just clear it out. Can anyone beat number 18? He goes down. Number 18 being McLean. And the call is going to be another throw-in for Long Island. So as you heard, Junie Lee, Matthew Yee, and Andre Campoli all off. So basically a brand new attack we'll see late here for Morris Elite as Brian Canales, who has been on the field since the start of this match, is down. And we're actually awaiting another substitution. Long Island will be making a change. We'll get that momentarily for you. It's going to be Evangelos Chrysostomo will be coming on to the pitch momentarily. And it's also number 15 and number 19, so Bennett Leitner, I think we're also going to see as Morris Elite cashes one in the back of the net and quickly running up the field. They're going to try to add more onto this.
Yeah, let's take a look at this last opportunity real quick. Ball lifted right toward, just past the 6-yard box. Initial header was off the post, and a little tap in by Giordano, who's I believe, going to get credited with the goal.
Yeah, Giordano getting the goal. We're so focused on all these substitutions made by both sides, Robbie, on the offensive side for Morris Elite and on the midfield side for Long Island. So it's a 3-1 game, 76th minute, and anything can change in a matter of minutes in this game. Not only in this game specifically, but in the sport itself. It just takes a change in momentum. Can Morris Elite gain that back? As we're awaiting some referee decisions. Trying to figure out what's going on as the lead referee, Andrew Idle, is writing things down on his card, getting some notes, but we're back into play. Morris Elite now with maybe some tired legs that have all of a sudden become fresh legs, trying to get a couple more goals, and we have a tie between both sides, Long Island and Morris Elite. Here they come on the attacking end. In the middle of this field, Brian Canales sends one in front and almost trapped by Irvin Sula, a recent substitution, but running out and making the stop, or at least carrying the ball, holding on to it for now is goalkeeper Ethan Wood. He plays it quickly. Morris Elite trying to add that press. It's led by number 17. Number 17, Giordano, putting the press on the offensive attacking side, that attacking third for Morris Elite. But going the other way is Long Island once again, a nice sweeping clearance. But here comes the big man, number 18, Justin McLean, having it, sending it to the opposite end, a cross-field pass. But Canales controls, dribbling out. Moving through players. Here goes it. Irvin Sula now down this left near side. Sula with his right foot. One touch, then a touch to his left. Oh, just a little too far in front of him to get a shot off, but Morris Elite still controlling possession. A shot on by Giordano, unsuccessful, blocked and sent out. And that one sent out of play. The flag going Long Island's way. Stainrod, the goal scorer, the first goal scorer for Long Island in a barrage of 3 goals in this match. Subs off for the squad along with a few other players we'll get to later. But Morris Elite's on the attack for right now. Sending one into the box, or attempting to, is Tino Puentes. He'll have another attempt at it. The cross, that one sent out. Kyle Smith does it. But Morris Elite now on the far side with another opportunity to attack. Waiting for numbers. Sending it in off the head of a Long Island player, but it would have been a turnaround shot. It would have been a tough one for Morris Elite to have, but unsuccessful. They'll clear it right at center of the turf on the Rutgers R. I think it was Tino Puentes who had an opportunity to kind of turn around to his right and get a shot off, as that one, I think, not intentionally, but ends up in the hands of the goalkeeper, number 1, Ethan Wood.
Yeah, it was a good low cross there by Carbonek, trying to find someone there on that low ball right at the top of the 6. But just no one was there, and Wood able to come out, make an easy save.
Here comes Long Island down the other way. Moving to that left side. Second goal scorer of the match, Jacob Freeman, has it. Sending one into the box, and successfully cleared for now by Morris Elite. That one goes out of play. They were aiming for Ozeki. He scored the 3rd goal after immediately subbing on. We're going to have a couple more substitutions for Morris Elite. A little bit more work for Robbie to do tonight. Listen, it's been a lot for all of us, right?
Yeah.
4 goals in the game, substitutions on either end.
It's been a long day for everyone with how many matches we've had today.
But regardless, we play through, as we'll hear from you on the mic. Inside here of Frederick Douglass Field in a few moments. Again, 3-1 Long Island leads as we enter the final few minutes of play. About 10 minutes plus some stoppage time added on. I'm sure there'll be a few of those minutes with a couple cards here and there, substitutions and goals. We've gotten all of it in the second half, but unfortunately not on Morris Elite's way, not going Morris Elite's way, as they're down 3-1 and giving another offensive opportunity to Long Island. This one sent on the opposite end of the box. It was very similar to that goal, the second goal that Friedman had. That one was sent across by Ozeki. And here comes Long Island once again to the far side. Krostmo. Passing it around. Ends up in Ingu PC. And getting taken down. It's going to be Justin McLean. Got taken down. A free kick for Long Island. Luis Diaz, number 13, subbing on for Morris Elite, along with Jeff Exelus. Long Island trying to move it down the other way. Free kick for for Long Island now, the Rough Riders. The Rough Riders with the free kick. Switching players on that free kick opportunity is them. Sent in now. Headed away by Morris Elite. Searching for an opportunity, but just unsuccessful at trying to get the ball on these counterattacks, but now they have another chance. And sent right into our camera. Hopefully everyone's okay down there. We still got it. The feed is still up. That means everything's okay. We move on. Morris Elite will try and move on and trying to get another goal on the board to just trail by 1. A game that kind of just turned upside down in this second half for Morris Elite, with 2 quick goals by the Rough Riders, trying to make it 4 overall. A nice clearance, but it's still in the feet of Long Island. Our near side corner, now into the middle of the field. McLean once again out to that corner. Cresotmo has it now. Passing it into the box. Uziki has it. Using that near sideline has been Long Island recently. They send another cross into the box. Morris Elite sends it out. They try and counter again. They're going to have a chance here, but just too many Long Island players are going to have to wait for some extra guys to join the attack. Sent along the far sideline. Controlled into the box. Sent out. Great defense by number 4, Dino Feratovic. And it's sent away. 85th minute in this match. A 3-1 lead for Long Island. Morris Elite kind of grasping at straws here, seeing if they can get an attack and a ball that can wind up in the back of the net to make it 3-2. Because, Robbie, once it's 3-2, it's anyone's game.
Yeah, we've seen a lot of these close games and a lot of late goals, and we've seen, of course, that tonight and in our early game today. For right now for Long Island, they just need to slow things down, don't rush anything, continue to play the way they've been playing, because they were dominant for the first 70 minutes or so, or up until they conceded. But Morris Elite are starting to possibly find some life for a comeback. Of course, Olivier Carbonic, who had that last attack, bursting from the right wing to the midfield. And now they're trying to do it once again, but Sula's pass denied.
Yeah, I think a theme in this game, though, as regardless of the goal from Morris Elite, the attack, and not only the attack, but the possession overall by Long Island has been so powerful in this game. them having the possession throughout, even in times where it feels like it's been squandered, and Morris Elite has had a couple chances here and there at the net, it hasn't mattered. Because at the end of the day, you see passing like this just in the back, controlling that possession, having it go their way. And that's why the scoreline is 3-1 right now. Because eventually, as Robbie and I talked about in the first half, those defenders of Morris Elite are eventually just going to break down. And we kind of saw that with the 2 straight goals within minutes of each other. One on a far cross and one on a recent substitution with fresh legs, kind of takes a touch a few yards outside the box and sends one into the bottom corner. So that's kind of been the way this game has been played, and Long Island leads for the main reason of just controlling this possession, as they're going to have another opportunity to take advantage. Here comes Freeman. He's been all over the field today, moving from right to left. He's been the left winger in this match, but now he's on the right side of the pitch. Going to go back central now as they pass it around the back, that being the Rough Riders, and Gupisi with it. Sends it all the way back to the Rutgers Czar. That one being Feratovic. Now to Anthony. Anthony back to Freeman. Freeman, left foot pass to McLean. Settles it down, and Gupisi telling guys to move around. Morris Elite with the press, trying to get a turnover going their way, but Long Island just not letting that happen. They're going to be fine with just passing that around and continue to have the majority of that possession. A nice through ball. It's going to be another opportunity at the net for Long Island. Lets it sit, and that one, a nice job defensively clearing it away. Morris Elite now on the counter. But the opportunity not connecting on those passes. It was a shot for Giordano up front. Doesn't work. Chino Puentes up there with him. Here comes McLean. Down that right side. McLean trying to look for the 1-2, but it's going to be taken by Leitner, and Morris Elite going the other way. A stop and a turn for Diaz. Luis Diaz plays it to the far side. He's saying commands, let's go, let's go, let's go. It's the 89th minute. We need to move, but Morris Elite just passing it around the back. They send it up and through. Here comes Morris Elite with a potential attack, but out of play. And a throw-in as the seconds tick away is going to be Nakai Anthony. 89th minute. Long Island, a 3-1 lead over Morris Elite as we have another substitution, this most likely being the final one for the Rough Riders. Number 26 could possibly be Thomas O'Rourke coming on to the pitch, and coming off, the senior from Monmouth University, Jacob Freeman, will take a seat after running around the pitch all night on that left wing side, and eventually it paying off, being on the receiving end of a header. Here comes Long Island again on the attack. Chrysosimo got taken down. Thomas O'Rourke, a redshirt freshman midfielder. The University of Akron. Again, a free kick attempt as now we've reached the 90th minute and stoppage time. We're awaiting a number for how long that could possibly be. 3 minutes of stoppage time and a 3-1 Long Island lead. Taking this free kick is going to be McLean. Justin McLean, his hands up. Just passed it over. They're going to play it from the corner flag. Morris Elite wins that battle. They'll go down the other way. But stopped and taken by Tyler Mork. And at this point now, it's just a game of keep away for Long Island. As it's kind of been, honestly, for the past 10 minutes, Robbie, a game of keep away between Morris Elite and Long Island. Morris Elite takes possession. This has been since the 80th minute. They take possession. They try and go down the field with a counterattack, and it's just squandered because the tenacity of this Rough Riders defense has been impenetrable.
Yeah, it's been a game that you were hoping for if you're Long Island in that title contender situation, and you need to go out on the road against a scrappy team like Morris Elite. And give Morris Elite credit, they did not back down at all. Granted, they went 3-0 down, but it wasn't, some absolute great passing through play. One of them was off a lofted cross back post, another one this. It wasn't the worst showing from Morris Elite playing a top team like Long Island. There's a lot of things that could be cleaned up, but this Morris Elite team, they have a lot of potential to them, and they have a good amount of top quality players on this side. Yes, it's frustrating losing 3-1 at home, but they have another home game coming up on Wednesday. They play Westchester, the Flames, a team they've also already played before, on Wednesday. So it's going to be a quick turnaround for them playing back here on this surface on Wednesday. But there's some positives to definitely take through from this game for sure, but losing 3-1 in a game that could have gone possibly worse for them isn't the worst result, but definitely some things for Mike Ravanisi's crew to clean up ahead of that matchup on Wednesday against Westchester.
Referee continuing to look at his watch. As we're in that 93rd minute, he just keeps peeking. And we'll see if this is the final kick by a player in this match. It'll be Ethan Wood, the goalie who graduated his graduate season from the University of Michigan this past year. The ball sent up. And it reaches the ground with Morris Elite players playing it. Molina's going to have to kick it the opposite way. We've reached now the 94th minute, so we're waiting a word. Referee says play on. Morris Elite, you're going to throw it in. They do. And a turnaround by Anthony trying to keep possession. One last attack. Offsides flag is up. Molina sends it over to a Morris Elite player. Moving quickly are the players in the light blue jerseys. Comes to the near side, right by our broadcasting booth.
We're going to get a foul call against Morris Elite. So now the question is, when will the final whistle be blown? We're into the 4th minute of stoppage time now.
4th minute of stoppage time indeed. Awaiting a call. Sent over near the box. Almost another foul call, but referee says play on because there it is. A dominating match from start to finish for Long Island that included 2 quick back-to-back goals within minutes in this second half. And it sees the Rough Riders with the 3-1 victory over Morris Elite in this USL2 match. Unbelievable. Those 2 goals within those couple of minutes in the second half was crazy, especially the one by the recent substitution, number 8, Patrick Ozeki, the senior midfielder from Monmouth University. Just subbing on, and with that strike going into the bottom left corner from outside the box, it was pretty remarkable. So at the end of the day, Morris Elite with another loss, a 3-1 victory for Long Island, and that concludes our doubleheader. Earlier, we had the USLW teams playing each other, Long Island versus Morris Elite. It was a Long Island 2-1 victory Long Island dominates at Rutgers Newark on the home field of Morris Elite. A 3-1 victory. We'll see the USL2 squad once again here on Wednesday night. But for Robbie Basil, I'm Josh Dahlman saying so long and have a good night. Headline for us is Junie Lee is in pursuit of Antony right now. That one sent down the other way, tipped off by Ethan Ortiz, but it's a shot on goal and towards the left side, deflected out of play. Passes. They're trying for creativity, but it's ending up in turnovers for Long Island's way, and that's a call from the referee.
It's going to be a yellow card. Interesting decision there from the referee.
Before. We'll get to it in just a moment. That's a counterattacking opportunity for Long Island. And on the ball, a dish over to Stainrod, and a goal in the back of the net. Jack Stainrod. That one's fought for in the middle and won. A slide tackle. That might be trouble, and it is. A yellow card awarded to Peter Tolkien out of Butler. One of them settle into Junie Lee's feet, trying to move past some defenders into the box. Pagano across through, and it's saved. Unbelievable. To Yee on our far side. Yee and Canales play 1-2. Yee shot with his foot, with his right foot that is, to the left side of the net and saved by Wood. For Riders, that one sent too far, trying to race down and catch it is Freeman. He's unsuccessful, but will keep possession is Long Island. That one sent in right at Molina. He catches it. Here comes Long Island, having an opportunity, and it'll get to number 11, who's saved by Molina. That Long Island working carefully outside the box, trying to send one in. There's Wheeler with the cross, and on the receiving end, and into the back of the net. Long Island.
And Long Island are continuing to push forward.
Yeah, Long Island's going to have another opportunity. It's the recent sub. Ozeki makes it 3. Long Island. And it's also number 15 and number 19, so Bennett Leitner, I think we're also going to see, as Morris Elite cashes one in the back of the net, and quickly running up the field, they're going to try to